Welcome to the Chi for Two podcast. We're a group of Chi for Two embodiment coaches that look at pop culture with a Chi for Two lens. My name is Chelsea.
I'm Fred.
I'm Cass.
And this is the Chi for Two podcast. Chi for Two is a mindful embodiment method.
Chi is a term used to indicate the life force in and around the body.
Or two refers to how the life force energy, the chi, is affected by our two-person interactions.
And today we're talking about Bluey, a kid's show that is very much made for adults. Cass put us on this one. So Cass, if you want to tell us your connection to Bluey and what it means.
My daughter's 4.5. And so we've watched a lot of Bluey, but when we watched it, at first she was like really small. I don't think she was as interested in it as I was and my partner Daniel was. So there's some jokes in there that are really for the grown-ups, and it really, I think, helps adults with their symbolic redos and exploring parenting. It's hilarious and adorable and great. It's great stuff. So we're talking about Stickbird today, which is not one of the first episodes. It's pretty far down, season 3, episode 41. Chelsea looked it up. Yeah. So it's pretty far down, but it has some very Chi for Two stuff in there. Just kind of right on the nose.
Absolutely. First of all, it's an animated cartoon, series. The people are portrayed as dogs. You've got a mom and a dad dog. You've got Bluey and Bingo. Bluey is the main character, and the younger sibling's name is Bingo. So the episode starts off with, I believe we're looking at Bingo and Bluey on the beach, right? They're kind of just frolicking around. They pick up sticks. One of them says, let's see how far we can throw them. And then they each try to throw the stick, and it doesn't go very far. The next thing that happens, mom says, hey, who taught you guys how to throw? Then she looks to dad, and he's kind of out of it. So he kind of hesitates. He's not quite there with us. It looks like the kids already had built a sand.
Mermaid tail.
There you go. And then, so mom is like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll handle it. She walks over. And so the mom walks over to them and teaches them how to throw. And the dad went off to collect more sticks, but at some point they encountered a stick that looked like a head of a bird, according to Bingo. And so they built a little sand bird and called it Stickbird. And it was a real cute moment between Bingo and the dad. We built you, Stickbird. We love you. You're so beautiful. And like as a kid, that couldn't be more than like 2-3 years old, right? Or just learned how to talk, right? That sentiment, in terms of the world is, opening up and the imagination. So the kids, you see one of the other kids grab the stick from Stickbird. And then the dad immediately says, uh-oh, and recognizes what's happening. So, and then you see Bingo walking over to the stick, and then the music plays, the sad music plays. Bingo is saddened about Stickbird and, oh, why are they so mean? And dad comes over and is like, oh, maybe they just wanted to play with the stick. I know it wasn't intentional. When Bingo says, they're my rivals, I almost died laughing. It was so cute. But
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, he was like, they're mean. They're my rivals. Mm-hmm. Like, just made them their enemy right away.
She doesn't just say that. And I think this is where talking about naming emotions can be really tricky. That in Chi for Two, we're moving a little bit away from naming emotions and more about noticing sensations and noticing the movements that our body feels like doing. Bingo does this. So Bingo says, they're my rivals. And she hides her claws. Now, to me, when she says they're her rivals, that means she wants to fight them. She wants to direct her claws and jaws at them because they destroyed this beautiful thing that she made. But it's not okay to do that. Not only is it's not ideal to do that, to bring our claws and jaws to our peers, but it seems like it isn't obvious, and it isn't like they don't have a mindful, conscious way of celebrating her claws and directing their movement so that she gets to do something. Instead, she's just sort of holding them here. And that's when it comes that Bluey runs up and is like, I learned how to throw, and I'm so excited. You want to come? And it's like, well, Bingo's upset right now. Oh, Bluey, Bluey says, I know what to do. My friend Mia told me. I think Mia is her like special buddy from an earlier episode that's like 12 years old, so she's a little older. Um, and that they in their school they have like older buddies that come visit them. Just because they're older does not mean that they're parent figures. Mia is still a peer, but has gone before Bluey and done a few things and passes on this information. So Bluey says, do you want to know what this is? Which is really nice. So very invitational, Bluey. And like then says, okay, so you can like grab all the upset from wherever it is in your body. Make sure you shake it out of your ears too. There's usually some in your belly and your neck, and ball it up. And then Bingo's like, well, then what do I do with it? Like, well, what do you do with something that you don't want anymore? Do you want it, Bluey? No, I don't want it. Do you want it, Dad? Oh, I don't want that. So you throw it away. So she throws it into the ocean using the techniques that Bluey's mom taught, like making sure you're really grounded stance and getting a full extension and throwing it using your whole body and your core and a naval radiation practice and all that. And it's really lovely. Then she feels better and they run off, and Dad stops, and he has obviously been holding on to something this whole time. And so he tries it for himself. He grabs and the energy and balls it up and then throws it into the ocean himself. So we have talked about the practice flinging goo before, and we can demonstrate it maybe first, I guess, before talking about how it is different a little bit what Bluey did and how close Bluey came to creating independently flinging goo over there in Australia in Ludo Studios. Or wherever, whoever they talk to. I am wondering who they like consult with to make these shows. But anyway, it's almost like flinging goo, but it's just a little bit different. There's a couple important things that I think that they miss that would be really useful for the audience to know. Do you guys want to demonstrate it? I guess we have Chelsea, if you would like to throw to one of us, me or Fred.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Who do you want?
I'm curious of what you think was missing, but we'll get to there. We'll get to that. But yeah, I can throw some of my goo I have stirring up in my belly brain.
Do you want to do it seated or standing? And do you want me or Fred to catch?
Excuse me. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cass, I'm gonna throw it to you, and I'm gonna stay seated.
Okay.
I'm gonna scoot back in my chair.
Okay.
Get some room and just kind of gather this energy. There's a lot going on this week. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna throw it.
Oh. Yeah. Does it feel like I caught it?
Yeah, I do.
Is there more?
Yeah, I'd like to throw some to Fred too, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready, Fred?
Yep. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah, it was. I felt great.
Any more you want to throw? Either of us?
Actually, could you guys just catch at the same time? Like, I'm going to throw both of you. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the audience, as elders in our Chief or Tooth family, we hold a space for our different Chelsea here. And so if that's all that you have for us, we would in Chief or Two clean it out, get rid of any shame, any kind of uncertainty around having those feelings. Those feelings are valid. That's the key here. And then we would send it back to our clients as stardust, inviting them to have their star energy. So I'll hand it back over to you, Cass.
Yeah. So I still have mine. I'm cleaning it out because just to bring some extra attention to how when we throw energy and do like a flinging goo practice, that's a really slow extension of the claws. We can do it to the side so you can see. So it's a way to focus our claws and towards a person to practice like claw and bite regulation, which is an important part of development. And our society is not generally very good at that. We're better at shutting that down. Don't use your claws. Don't bite towards your mother or snap at your mother. But that's exactly where the biting and the clawing belongs. Bring it to the elder so that you can focus your energy, get it flowing through your body so it's not stuck. And when it's flowing, then you feel better. That icky upset feeling that Bingo through and that Chelsea was kind of feeling because she's got a lot going on is not bad. The idea that an upset feeling is something stuck to us that is bad and needs to be just gone isn't necessarily very useful. And we don't really talk about it like that in Chi for Two, that this is just energy. It might feel yucky because it's been stuck or because it's kind of got goo stuck to it that is our society's ideas about what is okay and what is not okay to move. Is it okay to even have claws and jaws? Is it okay to feel a desire to snap at someone or to attack someone that destroyed our beautiful Stickbird? So cleaning out any shame is the job of the elder to do so that it's possible to offer that energy back to Chelsea, some stardust, so that she can just have that energy, feel that it is just energy, and use it for her next movement expression.
Yeah, and I'm realizing that helped me to regulate because I'm yawning a lot now, so I feel safe to relax, and I feel better even after doing that. So you'll notice signs like that if it helps, if the yawn comes up or you take a deep breath or something like that. And ideally, Bluey's dad, Bingo's dad, should have been able to catch some goo for Bingo, but instead he was pretty shut down and not able to. So that was a little sad.
It was, yeah. There's several dynamics in this little 7 minute supposed to be for children cartoon. The peer dynamic between the parents and the siblings was an interesting dynamic. As adults, the mom could kind of see it. You know, she felt the energy on her side. And, you know, in the very beginning of the episode, it wasn't something to be addressed. You know, our children are doing something, so I'm gonna go over here with them. And then there was something else that she tried to get his attention on, and she was like, "Hey, let it go." There is some acknowledgement of of something there and some, hey, let's try to redirect our energy and remain present for our children. And then you saw the children interacting and, you know, playing around with the sticks initially. And then the slightly older sibling, it looks to try to help the younger sibling with, you know, their emotional moment and stuff like that. And so I think, and we can get into the details, but I think overall there was a somewhat decent showing of like how peer relationships on different levels can work and work in a more ideal way. I think the dad was experiencing some shutdown. What was going on in dad's life?
What would have been most ideal and what we would do in a Chi for Two session is the coach would kind of see that the youngest person in the room was hungry for, like, Bingo would be hungry for a flinging goo, then offer it to the oldest person in the room, so that would be Bandit, so that he could throw to the coach, feel that, get that experience in his nervous system. Then he wouldn't have been like, yuck, I don't want that. He would have had more catcher's mitts up to be able to catch what Bingo is flinging without it getting to him. Just not to take the energy for her, but to help her get her own energy flowing. So it was really nice to see that because, yeah, a lot of times it can be, well, how do I get my kids to do this? How do I get my kids to do what I need them to do? What are some tools to get them to do? When really it is also what we as parents need. Now, you say you're not a parent, but you are a parent to yourself, and we're all parents to ourselves. So all of this can be applied to ourselves. And I think he did throw to the ocean. And so that is like a big mother ocean, the greater. He threw up the lineage of support to Mother Ocean. So it just might have been more ideal if he had done that first and then been able, but he came last. But it did happen. So it is better. I would have also liked, because in a Chief or Two session, you would have this for the children to see him do his work. That there's a feeling that you have to hide doing that work from your kids, but it's really modeling how you handle difficult situations. I would also say that reframing this practice from letting go to like getting energy flowing, getting unstuck maybe, is more useful than say let it go. Because let it go feels like you're holding on to something that you need to just throw away, but it's really just stuck energy. So the idea is just to keep moving, keep energy flowing, and move through it, not getting rid of something that is negative inherently, when really it's not negative, it's just stuck.
Yeah, for sure. Well said.
Yeah. Amazing.
Bluey's pretty cool.
Bluey's very cool.
So I can say that the episode before this, we saw Bluey's mom have some how do I handle my stuff. So we could talk about that too. It's this one right before this. They get to the hotel and she's like, I don't know how to relax. So she goes through that. They never address what is going on with Bandit. He says when he talks about Stickbird, when you put something beautiful out in the world, it's not really yours anymore. So I'm assuming that he put something out in the world and something happened with it. And so he's probably had a similar struggle. And he's an archaeologist. So he digs up bones because he's a dog. The mom works in airport security. And so it's very fun. So I don't know, maybe he wrote a paper or something and it wasn't well received or something like that. I don't know. We all, I mean, in the Chief for Two community and the way that somatic work is out there in the world and getting more attention, I mean, I think that there is, whenever you put something out there in the world, somebody might see it and do something with it, and you have no control over that. If you're putting something out in the world, if you made something, ideally you have your arms around your own experience around making it. Like that was a healing redo kind of journey, just making it. Us being here and making this podcast is processing some stuff. We were like processing the media that we're talking about, and we get our arms around it, and then we sort of hold space where we offer all the stuff on a spoon for the audience to hate or love or anything in between, and then whatever feedback anybody has, we're here to catch it. Our experience with whatever movie or show that we watch, like this Bluey episode, and then once we have our arms around it, it's possible for us to turn our hands around and have a catcher's mitt and offering on a spoon for the audience to have their transformative experience or aha moments that might come up and for them. So feel free to email us.
Email us at chiva2podcast.com. If you have kids, consider Bluey.
Also, for your own parenting yourself redos, consider Bluey. And some laughs. It's fun times.
We appreciate you listening.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Fred.
I'm Cass.
Catch you next time.
Thanks for listening.